It's Chrissy, finally a farm girl.
And Linda.
We are here today. It is Saturday, May 26th.
Sunday.
David.
Yeah, we've lost some days here.
It's been very busy. But it is Memorial Day weekend. So we wanted to get together and do a quick FlossTube. We have StitchCon right around the corner. So we're sticking with these FlossTubes.
Yeah.
We've been squeezing them in,
Yep.
even though we've both been busy with different retreats and things like that. So we're happy to have you here with us today, and we will get started because there's some really fun things to share. So last week, what'd you do?
I wasn't as busy as you were.
No.
I mean, I stitched at the shop on Wednesday. We had a good group. Actually met a girl, I think I was in there on Friday, and Janine Miles, an Instagrammer, came in and introduced herself, and we sat and chatted for quite a while. It was fun. So I had just stopped by. I don't remember why, but I'd stopped by to pick up some floss.
Yeah.
So I met her. Other than that, I've just been finally getting some time in the pool,
which is nice.
Oh,
our temperatures, my light went off, but I don't think it's too bad. We'll just leave it. Yeah. The temperatures have risen.
Mm-hmm.
We have officially hit 90s.
Yeah, we're in the 90s.
I think we're,
and I posted yesterday, Gerald doesn't normally get in a pool unless it's like
he really
85.
And I missed it.
Yeah, it's so funny because yesterday I said, I'm going to get in the pool, and he said, I think I'm going to go in. I felt that it's warm, and I thought, okay. So I went and got in, and here he comes, and he doesn't sneak in. He does the whole jump in.
Oh,
and he goes, Dad, God, well, other words. He said, it's cold. And I said, it's 75. You don't normally get in until it's like bathtub water.
Right. That would be me.
Yeah, no, I love it when it's cool, especially when it's 90 degrees out.
Right. Yeah. And I do love our heated pools we have where we live, and I'm weak. I'm weak like that. I want to be able to walk pretty much comfortably right in.
Well, by July it will be hot. So it'll be heated. Naturally, but other than that, you're the one that's been really busy.
And now here's the funny part: when we get into the retreat, but just while we're talking about weather, you're getting in the pool, and then when Jen and I were up in Asheville, we had hail. She'd never seen hail before.
Really?
And I mean it rained hard. It was a very rainy weekend, anyways. But yeah, I mean it was a good chunk size of hail, and I'm thinking, rental car, please don't do anything.
Yeah.
But I mean, how funny the weather can be so crazy. So, anyways.
But yeah, you've been...
Yeah. I did, going from the most recent, yesterday we celebrated Aria's birthday. She turned 6. Her birthday was actually on Tuesday. And but we had the pool party yesterday. So we all went down and, swam and had the hot dogs and
had the cupcake,
and I did eat a cupcake. So anyways, it was a really nice day. The weather was gorgeous for something like that. Philip got in the pool. That was his first time this season, so it was a really nice day. But it's funny how just going and driving an hour there and an hour back, it's a whole day.
It's a
whole day when you do that. So anyways, then on Tuesday, if I back up, we ended up where Aria had her kindergarten graduation, which is always a hoot. So I'll make sure to put some pictures in. But watching these kids do a little dance, it's a brand new school, so there's only 2 kindergarten classrooms. And the awards that they get, so anyways, hers was most creative, which, so funny. Because she loves to draw and color and all that kind of stuff. And there was this one, I don't know how kids say the funniest things, but you know how the teacher will give you a sheet and say, ask questions, and they just fill them in, and it's like, what does mommy do? What does dad do? Where does money come from? Like all these things. Well, Heather turned around and asked the same questions to Matthew, who is 3 going on 4 in November. And it was so hysterical because all the questions were funny from Aria, but they were more on. And what does your mom do the most? Clean. And then, where does money come from? Well, Aria said from the bank. Yeah. Matthew said from pockets. I mean, just stuff like that cracks you up. But we had a good time that night. I'd never been to Red Robin restaurant.
Years
We
ago,
don't have one by us.
we had them down in West Palm when we lived down there. When I worked at the bank, it was kind of close, so we go occasionally. But we've got one in Ocala. I haven't been.
So we went to Red Robin.
Good.
And then I drove home. So it was real nice. But we got home Sunday from the retreat and literally took the car back Monday. Our car had broken down the week before, so that was like all the quick, what do I do? So our car needed new tires. We did all that. They put 2 on and said there was an issue with a rod of some sort. So that's where the story goes. And then I ended up having to rent a car, quick stat, so that Jen and I, Sweet Chaos Stitcher, could drive up to Elaine's for the All Things Spring Retreat at Biltmore. So that was, I know you've been,
Oh, yeah.
Jen had been once, and I had never been.
Oh,
My parents had been actually kind of, it seemed like, recently,
Mhm.
within a few years, and I know they were camping, and my sister had met them. So like they had shared pictures, and I was like, wow, I've got to see this. So
it's just amazing in person. The pictures don't do it
yeah,
justice. It's
I
just-
really would like to go at Christmas.
Oh.
I mean, it was just an experience. We did 12 to 3 every day. Elaine kind of gave everybody, that's your Biltmore time or whatever. So it was breathtaking.
Yeah.
I loved listening. I mean, I love history. There wasn't a thing I didn't like about it. I wish the weather had been a little better.
Now, do they still do the guided tour with the earphones?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's what we did too.
It was that was so nice to have, that you weren't relying on
Right.
somebody, or that you couldn't hear that it was. I loved it. Now I have to admit, like Jen and I told her, I'm like, okay, I loved the house. It was mind blowing
Yeah.
that they could make it as, it's all the textures and the fibers that make it still homey. I'm like, how does something that grand feel like you're not in my home,
No.
but like something that big to
Yeah.
still feel like here's a family room or here's this area. And it has to be all the different textures. And it was just really kind of cool. Absolutely.
You'll have to do it at Christmas. Joe and I did it many years ago, I think for anniversary one year. And the Candlelight Christmas tour is just amazing.
I would just freak out.
Amazing.
So we had fun. The only thing that when we left to go back, it had really started raining. And there was that Antler Village that was going to be part of our day. We were going to drive back at night for. But when we got back, we had thunderstorms. We had
Is
hail.
that when you had the hail?
So I never made it back. She ended up that was my birthday treat. So it turned out really fun. And she's like, well, check that off my list. So it was a really fun treat. We ate in the stables.
Oh, you did too? That's where Joe and I had dinner for when we were there. Yeah.
It was just, everything was nice. I wish I had gotten one. I couldn't figure out which memento I would have wanted. I loved their hoodies, and they had some really stuff, but I'm coming home to 90 degrees, and I could have saved it.
Wearing that for a while.
So it was fun. It was a lot of fun, but we never went back. So.
And I think it's funny, if anybody has known us or heard from us before, some of our road trips turn into little differences on the way back home. And she calls me and she tells me where she's at. And I'm thinking, okay, you're getting into Florida. I'm thinking I-75, we're closer over to the middle of the state.
Mm-hmm.
And then I hear her say something about an airport. And I said, airport? What airport are you near? Jacksonville. I said, why are you all the way over there?
Yeah, it was.
They got rerouted because there was something going on in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And,
it was something to be, I can't even, I found a new bridge that I do not wish to ever cross over again. Did not know that existed. Yeah. There were no warnings from my Google lady who said, hey, you with anxiety, that
I told her they're not allowed to go anyplace anymore without supervision. So anyway.
And I mean, we had not expected it. We literally expected to drive home the way we always do, get us back over to 75, hit the turnpike, and it should have been easy peasy.
Right.
But
instead they got to tour the middle of Georgia.
And there was nothing.
No.
I mean, seriously, there was nothing. There was no, our typical ride home, Jen and I we've made it through. we're done, take our time, and when it hits lunch, we pretend to get our lunch, but we really have found an antique store. Try something new.
Right.
So we tell the guys, we tell them we're done, but we're like, hey, we're going to stop for lunch now, but we're really antiquing as fast as we can before the trip's over. There was none of that.
No, there's
None.
nothing.
There was one that sounded really cute, but it was 20 minutes in. So
anyway, it was fun. I got a big kick out of that when she called me, and then they're sending me pictures of her going over this big bridge, and I'm going, oh my gosh.
And of course I was driving at the time, and Jen does. Anyways, it was crazy. But the retreat itself,
it sounded like a lot of fun.
Was a smaller group. I mean, it was mentioned it was a more intimate group because of Biltmore, and it was actually really quite nice.
Yeah, I've heard a couple people say it's very relaxing.
It was. Yeah. And the group, so I mean, I have plenty of people that I'd love to shout out, and I got plenty of stuff to show, and we'll see where we're at next, and then we'll, bring that out. But,
sure.
Oh, it was really, really nice. Again, table 7, table mates, when you are in a situation where you are with new people, it's so great to meet. You just always think, how many more friends can... A lot.
I love meeting new. People are sometimes afraid to sit at a table where they don't know them, but I enjoy that because you get to meet new people.
It was so fun. And we did, we got tired. And so on Saturday night, late, Jen and I disassembled everything and packed it up. And we were getting a little giddy, So we had our pajamas on, and we decided the 2 women that were at our table that we got, well, there was 3, but we got pretty close with the 2, and they were a hoot. And we ended up knocking on their door and running around. And it was so funny because I'm like, I'm going to knock on their door. So we did, and Jen runs, but our room, I had the room key out, was only one down. That's why we did it. But she kept running. Oh, she just kept running, and she was going to hide around the corner. I'm like, where are you going? And we're just going in the room. It was so funny. I don't understand how grown women can think that that's what we should be doing, but it was so funny.
Late night stuff is sometimes the fun.
It is. It really, really
it's like stitch gun.
Really,
late night stitching is a lot of fun.
It really is. We had a really good time. So, all right.
Okay.
So what should we work on?
I don't know. I've got a couple.
You have some finishes.
So if we want to do those,
let's show some stitching.
Okay. Well, my first finish was, and Peter, I know he hasn't posted any of his. Peter and I have this sal that we have both decided that we love drawn thread, and we love the seasonal charts from drawn thread. But neither of us was, and we wanted to do them all together. But neither of us were real keen on doing all the alphabets. So I knew how I wanted to do mine. And of course, Peter decided he wanted to do his a little bit different. He hasn't shown pictures yet because he's getting ready. He's all working madly on his table gifts for the retreat of the Country Sampler.
Okay.
And I know that there are several designers, Brenda Gervais being one of them, Wild Iris. I can't remember the other 2.
Iris.
I think maybe she's another, but I can't remember the other 2. But he's madly making his table gifts. So, and he's also working on another little fun thing. So he hasn't posted any pictures, but I know he told me he was going to be taking it with him to the retreat to work on.
Okay.
So this,
which is a good project to work on at a retreat, I would think. Not terrible.
So this is mine, and this is the Drawn Thread Simply Seasons. All 4 seasons. I'll put something behind. I think it shows up pretty good. Yeah. And I started with winter, spring, summer, fall, whatever. And I really enjoyed it. Now, we had to reconfigure a couple of them because the alphabets kind of encroached on like this one, and actually the one up above it too. So like I had to add some leaves on spring above the bird. And then on the other one, I had to add a couple of little bees, and those bees about got their best of me. That was on the last FlossTube, but you did it. Yeah, I did them. And the Beescape, that was really fun to do. There's a lot of satin stitches in there, which I love satin stitches.
And they make it so pretty.
And they make it, and the leaves on the fall, they really make the leaves on the fall one.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. And I've already kind of contemplating how I want it framed. So yeah, I was anxious to get that done. It's been in my stash for a long time. I always wanted to do them. I really love being able to go in and pull out old stuff that I've always wanted to do and finally drag it out and do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was fun. It's on 32 count dirty.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And it's Gentle Arts Weeks. It's whatever the call for were.
Yeah. Yeah, this one, I think the satin stitches really make it.
Yeah, and each one of them has a few satin stitches in it. And the bird's nest, now that was a little bit of a challenge. That was to follow the graph, and it was a little, I don't know, it's just, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. It was a little fun.
It was probably a little willy-nilly,
yes,
but then you had to make it get it work in there.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, it's probably got cat hair on it.
It was a floss.
You know how that goes.
Yes. I love it.
Yeah, I do too. And my goal was, of course, I've got a number of sales starting in June, so I wanted to get it done, and I also wanted to get the next one done. And the next one is actually one that, to you, it's a Bent Creek, and it's called Summer Snapperland. And I've had it forever, but in this case, what happened is Missy from Two Needles Pulling Thread and Joy from the Carolina Stitchers were starting a building block sale.
Yeah.
So it's anything with blocks in it. Well, Joy actually pulled this out to show it, and I went, oh, yeah, I need to drag that out and stitch it.
Yeah.
And join this
It
out.
is so cute.
It's really cute. Now, I will say I did not put the snaps on. I used the buttons that came with it in the border. And instead of the bicycle spokes on the bicycle, I just stitched them instead of putting them. But it's on 32 count Sea Mist by Barefoot Needle Arts, which I love that fabric. Absolutely love that fabric. Yeah, I enjoyed it. And it really was a quick stitch. There's not a lot of stitching to the blocks. I struggled a lot with the border because my chart was not really good. It was, it's from 2006, and it was actually a copy that I think they had at one time on their site that I printed. And now I was talking to somebody the other day, and I have the autumn one, and we may start the autumn one. Ruthie Durbin. Ruthie Durbin.
Okay. So it's a fall.
It's the fall, the same kind of thing of Autumn Snapperland. Yeah. So I think we may do that one.
I'm with you. I don't know that I would have put the snaps on.
No,
I'm not a big shrimp, so I like it.
Yeah.
I like it without.
I thought it was cool. So, because I love the fabric so much, I called up and ordered myself a piece, and then one for Chrissy too. I'm so excited.
It's so pretty.
It's so pretty.
I really am not sure you're going to see.
You're not. It's a pale blue, but of course it's mottled.
It has enough.
It's not. It's not a bright modeling. It's a subtle modeling. And I called up to Barefoot and talked to Amy, and I said, "Do you have any?" She said, "No, but I can probably do some." And so I ordered it. And then last time we met, you said you'd like to have a piece, so I called back up there, and she said, "Oh, I just put yours in the mail. I'll grab another piece." And I said, "Wonderful." I'm so excited. Yeah.
I wish it did show the true color, because it is a really good one if you're looking for water. Not too aqua.
No.
Like, I feel like it has that perfect mottled look. It really is. I really don't know that I'd ever not stitch on that for water almost.
It just reminds me so much up in the Panhandle, the beaches in the Panhandle of Desden and up in that area. I mean, it's the color of the water up there, and I guess that's why.
Yeah, it is perfect spot on. Yeah. I just love that.
So, okay, this isn't my finish, but this was a gift that I was given. This cute little bag. My friend Anne, she loves to make these little bags. I don't know how many she's made. She made my big one, and it's over on the other area that says Stitch on it, and I absolutely love it. And she gave this to me for my birthday. And these are the new bags that just came out.
Smaller ones.
The smaller ones. And Shepherd's Bush actually had shown them a few weeks ago on their video. They do something Monday. Monday Muses. Monday Musing or something like that.
Yeah.
But they had showed them, and they have 3 or 4 charts out now, and I think they now have released a couple more charts. But they're perfect for an accessory bag. I think there's one with a bee. I'm not sure, and there are several different colors out. So
yeah,
really cute.
I love it.
And of course, it's pearl. I think she used pearl.
Did she? So just one strand?
Just one strand of pearl.
Okay.
Which I guess if you didn't have pearl, you could probably use 6 strands of just regular DMC.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's.
I like it. This one even looks like a dyed floss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really pretty. Yeah. So I don't know what I mean. I know you've got. What have you got going on in the way of? I know you're having.
I didn't have.
Finish.
Yeah, I don't have any. I will have a finish because I'm really close to a model being done.
But you've got a big one over there that's a finish, but not yours.
Not my finish, but I have an FFO that I fell in love with on eBay. Maybe not my typical primitive style, but my mice that I love. And I saw this on eBay. I get the glare on it.
That looks pretty good, yeah.
There you go. And just absolutely fell in love with it. And I would have never stitched it probably myself, but I just love that little teapot house. So,
and all of that border is stitched. And so here, and there, I thought I saw something else that was stitched. Oh, all of this and all of it. I mean, it's just really.
So it was.
I mean, it's one of those oldies where you've got a lot of back stitching and a lot of probably half stitches. And,
yeah. How I couldn't pass on that one, and it was all nice. Framed, and it was funny. It was framed over here, but it found its way. So you can see she did it 2008. It found its way over to the UK.
Yeah. So,
anyways,
she thought that might make a perfect thing to put in her sewing room with the rest of some.
Yeah, with Matilda and the tree. Yeah. Eventually, I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put this.
Here, you want me to put it over here?
I think I can prop it behind us.
Okay.
Just because there's stuff under it. Yeah. Okay. So it worked out perfect that we were gonna have this FlossTube, and so I didn't hang it or find any place for it. But well, one of the things that we did when we were up there that we had no clue, when we sat down at table 7, and started meeting everybody. They were sister-in-laws, and so they were just super sweet, and they had mentioned, which we didn't even think about when Jen and I were driving there, they had mentioned that they had gone to Sassy Jack's first. And Jen and I were like, what? Shut up. What? And she's like, well, yeah, they're 10 minutes from here. And I'm like, you're kidding me. I never.
And she had just kind of opened in the last.
She had, because she was renovating that historic home in town. And it's so funny because we just never put 2 and 2 together. And many people were making that drive over. So it was something else fun we could do. So the next day, for our 12 to 3 gap, we went over to where her shop was. And I have a picture that, I could share and stuff like that. And the shop is really coming together. And we ate at Tommy's, which is this little home cooking thing that, oh my gosh, I had the best Reuben I've ever had. Ooh. I mean, you can't go there and not eat like they eat, not family style, but it's big Southern cooking.
Yeah.
So I had my first cat head biscuit. I
think
that's what they call them, cat head biscuit. Cat hand. Cat head. Cat head.
Yeah,
okay, so I've been corrected. Okay, that's or something. But I mean, just the size. I mean, I could never eat it all, but oh my gosh, it was good home cooking, that's for sure. So we made our little afternoon there and went to Sassy Jack's. So I can show you some of
your haul.
Some of the haul that I got. And I mean, what a store. I just can't wait to see it all. all come together. So I'll make sure I put some pictures in so you can kind of see it, but she is still unloading.
I was going to say her grand opening is sometime in June, I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she's really still unloading, and she has plans for, you know, the upstairs and certain things like that, but it's a really nice store, and, you know, it's definitely a lot of samplers, a beautiful amount of fabric. Jen really picked up. She carries needle and flax.
Okay.
So Jen was in her glory because that is her favorite fabric to stitch on, needle and flax. So she, I mean, she was just giddy. She was in that fabric room for a good long while. For me, I got, because I enjoy red so much, I got my first hank of Belsois Classic Colorworks Cranberry.
Wow, that's beautiful.
So I thought, for as much, it reminded me of Cupid a lot. And since I just love, you know, doing my red works and all that, I figured, as opposed to
that's really pretty.
Oh my gosh, it's so pretty.
And it cranberry, it really does. I
mean, it was. So I don't typically live in the realm of silks that much, but I thought, for whatever, how nice to just have one big one to go to. So I was excited. Grabbed. They had. She had quite a few of these little ones. We looked for you, but they didn't have. They had the one that you already stitched,
right?
But not as many Christmas. But I picked up a few Halloween just to add. And okay, so I'll show my book, and then this last thing. I got a coaster. So this is, I saw the model. It was really, really pretty. And this is Thy Needle's Work, Jane Ziegler, 1823. And again, I love sometimes just to have something that's got 2 colors, 3 colors. So I saw the model, and it's really pretty.
That's pretty.
So I have another one that's red and green over there. That's by Hands Across the Sea.
I was just looking at the colors on the back. So you basically, red and green, and
like it's almost like a neutral, like a gray or something that I saw. You can't even hardly see it in there. I think it's in that. But I mean, beautiful, nice chart. Book, nice chart, colored chart. So I was just, that was like, okay, I'd like to add a sampler from Sassy Jacks. So anyways, and then I got this cute thing that I saw at Market. This is Needlework Press, and it's just a glass cleaner.
Oh yes.
But we opened it because I'm like, well, what does it look to? I kind of remembered it. So anyways, so it has that feel of, if you are cleaning your glasses, one of those things. Let me make sure I got it the right way. So I remember seeing them at Market, and I just absolutely love that print.
Aww.
But what I would like to do is I would like to just do a red work little sampler pillow, and I'm going to use it for the back.
Yeah.
I'm going to try. It's pretty stiff. And I really think you could turn it into the backing of a pillow.
Sure.
So if I could just do like a little small little
red work and put that on the back of it. Cute.
Yeah. So I mean, it was, I was just kind of like, for me, is like something unique. So anyways, that was my haul from Sassy Jacks. She was so fun to meet, and just talked. I mean, it was great because she was kind of, there was few of us popping in, but she was incredibly social and welcoming. It was really, really nice. Because, you know, she could have been really busy trying to get things in. No, she literally spent some nice amount of time with us, just, you know, going through the shop and what her goals are and what she's working on. And there's just some cute stuff. All right. So do you want me to do more retreat stuff?
Go ahead. Yeah.
So the retreat, like I said, was held by Elaine, and I was going as the featured designer, and it just was the cutest group. I will say that, you know, the swag bag that she gives out is pretty well chocked full. I mean, she does a really nice job at what she hands out. And so we had a bag with some goodies in it. She always has a different little thing with the whatever the retreat is. Yeah, so this was the all things spring, and some of these were my leftover. At this time, I got everybody's phone number. I got, like, I'm learning. Don't try to remember what and write on something. So I'm just like, you go, you text me, and we'll have it. So there was some cute things, and you always get as little treats. But the pattern that she had people working on, which is it was really cute. She had, this is their Happy at Home Spring, and she gave a couple of patterns out, but I was going to show, where is it? It's a strawberry. Oh, maybe I don't have it. These were the ones you got with it, and I bet you the one with the strawberry was sent out before, because you finished a project there.
Okay.
And that's what this board was for.
Okay.
And then you got little floss drops that have strawberry. Everything was around this strawberry, and it was really cute. Little to-do list, strawberry, but then you had the actual inside of it, the bow, the fabric that has strawberries on it, and they came out and they actually had, so it was a big size pattern, but there was like 3 patterns to it, and then they finished it on this board, which now I don't get that ahead of time, so I didn't have a stitch, but it's nice to have everything, and it was cute, so cute for summer. Like, sometimes there's things I wouldn't think, okay, I wouldn't stitch that until you see it. And it
always the case.
It was adorable.
Yeah.
So anyways, and all their is really fun. Really cute to see what people were coming out with. So that was her stuff in her swag bag. And then there was a Stacy Nash inside there, Calling of the Sea. And I'm all about a good primitive whale. So I love that. I do think you might want to, these would be good for your tree.
That might be good for my bowl too. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll share. Maybe you might want to do something like that with the nautical thing. So that was it. So then at the table, we had, why do I want to say Sharon and Karen? She's going to be upset if I get the name wrong. But the 2 sister-in-laws, Sharon, Karen, and Kathy, were the 3 that were with us. They gifted Susan. I said Sharon. Susan had made these project bags, and we all had one of these.
Oh, so cute. Really springy.
Yeah. And Jen had one, and then before the whole retreat was over, she had an extra one. We had a missing seat, so this one's got like bluebirds. Are they bluebirds or swallows?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
It's a cute bluebird. Yeah. And they're so cute, and they're just a nice size. So then we had her sister-in-law, who they were just cute as a button together. She had put a few things in a cup and something that you could keep your little scissors on. It's like she made bracelets. Everybody a beaded bracelet, and then on it you could clip your small little scissors in case, good for flying, traveling. Sure. Yeah. Don't lose them. And then she made mug rugs for everybody. So
that's really cute.
I love black and white. So I've been using that ever since I got home, putting it over there. For some reason, I can't find my coaster. I think the dog ate it. That's what my guess is. That dog laying over there. Yeah, that one that was, yes. So that was one part of everything. Do we want to do...
What'd you work on when you were there?
Well, that's what I was going to say. Do we want to do whips?
I don't have any whips.
You have finishes.
Yes. Well, I did work on the Prairie Schooler yesterday. I really am struggling because my next one doesn't start until 6/1.
You need something.
I've already got something, but I'm telling myself no.
Okay. Well, we told ourselves yes. And Jen, we had these new bags. And Jen says, man, we should probably, we bring what we bring.
Yeah.
She's like, we should probably have a new start. And so I'm like, let's go over to Elaine's store, so I'm like, let's do it. You know me. So we go over there, and she had some Prairie Schoolers that were either re-released or ones that came out. But so we had toyed with 3 different things. I thought, let's do a monochromatic, make it easy, one color. there was a couple of those, but we also needed 2 of what we were trying to find. So anyways, we landed on Prairie Schooler Sunshine and Shadow. And then she's like, well, how are we going to do the floss? I'm like, well, we're just going to pick off, Elaine always has like a little portable floss wall.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, we're just going to pick off the wall. They're basically a little bit of white patriotic. So we picked new colors that kind of pushed her out of her comfort zone. What color is that going to be? So
Yeah.
she was cute. So anyways, they're ended up all being classic colors. That's what she had brought. And then we used the mushroom Lugano. So this is my start. I started bottom left, and she started upper left. So this is what I have so far, and I am using ones. Whoa, where'd you go?
Yeah, other way. Yep.
Thank you. One strand.
One strand. And what is it, 32?
Yes.
Okay.
No,
36?
no, 32. 32, yeah. So anyways,
So that's, oh, okay.
That is, and these ones I had to.
Oh, okay. Now I see.
Yes.
So you started bottom left.
Yeah. So I'm basically almost.
Well, you've got that.
You find the
almost
pattern. I've
squared on,
almost
yeah.
got it squared in, and I'm anxious to get either to the alphabet or to the horse and
Yeah,
buggy.
the alphabet will go quick.
Yeah, and I've seen this so much.
I have too.
I've even seen it on eBay finished, and I really like it. I do love. I mean, I don't know if you want to consider it Amish or whatever. It's the
Nice.
back one is called Amish Life, so
Yeah.
But it's just, I love the white farmhouse and.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, that was a no-brainer for me, and then that's all we stitched on after that.
Oh.
Like the first day I stitched on
your other
my
one.
other Prairie Schooler Christmas Village. So I'll get
Yeah,
that
I
one
want to
out.
see where you are on that. I started another house last night.
Did you?
Yep.
Well, so with as crazy as the day was yesterday, this is what I worked on for Prairie Schooler Saturday. I thought, close my block in and get it to where, and this will be, I think, a great piece to take to my dad's even.
Mm-hmm.
We got scissors in our swag bag from Elaine. Nice copper.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice. So that was fun. We could just kick right up. And then I did, this is the progress on my Christmas Village, which is the Salford Ginger's 60th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went, I had basically a couple of houses that I was working on filling in. And let's see. I was able to get the brown one done, like filled in, not the windows. And then I started on this one here, which is my wrinkly one because I hold it on that one. And I got up by the roof there, and that's when we bolted and went to and decided to go shop. So
you've got this one. Okay, and this is the one I'm working on now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this one is basically, I did not want to stitch the wreath that hangs at a retreat.
Right.
I just wanted to make sure. So I didn't want to stitch the snowman. I didn't want to stitch anything that was a tiny detail.
Right. So she's down at that goldish looking color with the horse. There's a horse and a sled.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I just finished the horse.
Okay.
And started one side of the house.
Yeah. But I absolutely love this. I mean,
it's so much fun. It's so easy to work on. It's just relaxing.
Yeah, I just love this.
I'll probably work on it the rest of the week.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, that's
sure.
what
As long as you're into it.
Yeah.
So that was the only whips besides my model that I'm getting very close on.
Well, I got to looking at something squirrel went by.
Mm-hmm.
I found a turtle that I love the colors in on
yes,
Etsy.
you showed, right?
No, I didn't.
No.
I've already pulled the fabric and the fibers and printed it, but I just kind of put it aside. So but I haven't yet. Yeah. So all right. So where are we at?
I got haul for that one. So
I have
your
haul.
American Welcome.
Yes. Yeah, that's going to be my next album.
Okay, so American Welcome
by Plum Street.
is got the water in it. Then we were doing Summer Quaker, and you finished. And during all this water, Jen at Sweet Cast decided that she was feeling the itch to stitch water.
Right.
So she couldn't decide between a few plum streets. They were all
Live
plum
on
streets.
Little, I think, was one that she was contemplating.
And then Tara,
yes,
Sully Stitches,
yes,
and how she shared hers and did a FlossTube, and then Christine Hollis Hands Creates is doing her typical patriotic type sal. And she shared on her most recent FlossTube what she is working on, and she works on it starting from Memorial Day through Labor Day.
Right.
And Jen and I were like, that is a genius idea. That gives you a nice chunk of time. And that is, I believe, for Christine at House Hands, that's all she will monogamously stitch it and get a finish.
Right.
So I love patriotic stitching. I said, well, that's fine. I'm all in. Again, no ability to say no, I guess. But anyways, so I remembered that I knew I had Liberty's Welcome at home in my hall. And I do have American Welcome because that was new. But as we were looking through what she was going to pick up and get, Elaine did have a few of them. She had like 3. She had she had some flag thieves, but that didn't have water. No. So we were trying to work. Well, I came around the corner at a table that was near us, and I met another history lover, and just the nicest lady. And so as I was talking to her, I looked down, and she is stitching Liberty's Welcome. And she's stitching it on basically, mushroom. Mushroom. She's stitching it on 28 count. It's going to be massive, which is what I love. And I love 28 count. I love mushrooms. So she picked a different thing. And what she had covered so far was some of that border, the whole roof, and that eagle. And so I was on a mission when I got home just to double check that I had the right one. And I remember Christy Crosshatch Quilts when she finished this and hung it in her stitchy room. And I'd had it since then. So, I mean, it's probably, but so that's it. And she had stitched that eagle and the sun. And so she stitched it all. She has everything. The light's starting to come in now. She had stitched everything in DMC except the roof. So I'm going to kind of follow suit. I think she used gunmetal for the roof. Okay. Oh, it was phenomenal. So I'm like so ready. So is this what? So ready. So this is what I'm going to do. And I had to come home and order the fabric so it was a big enough piece. So I did that. So now is that the one that Jen is doing? I know. Yeah, she's got like 3 going. Okay, I thought so because she She, I mean, she has 3 to choose from, and I know I've committed to this, and you know, I know she wants to do it. She was looking for something that wasn't quite as grand, but at the same time, so I swapped bags real quick from my Live on Little. This was a Crookerwood Crossing bag that we had gotten last year at StitchCon, right? Or the year before. The year before? Yeah. Okay. And so, did you see that she's now? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she now has portfolios out, and they are cute. Yes, there was one that I said that I liked the best and commented on it, but so cute. She's in the middle of craziness because they're moving and all that kind of stuff. But so at this point, what I have is pattern, bag, my mushroom. It's going to be big, and I'm so excited. So when are you starting that? Well, as soon as I can get my car repaired, I would have been to Hobby Lobby or something to get my DMC, because I'm not going to try and just pull. And I will get it going. Cool. Or whenever, I mean, Memorial Day, I should be starting tomorrow. And I don't know that I'll make it. I could make it to Joanne's or something. I don't know. But I'm basically ready. No, good. I'm excited. So that's kind of been in a patriotic thing too, I think. Yeah. Of course, American Welcome, and actually there is another sale going on for American Welcome
The one that Debbie and I are doing starts on 6/1 next week.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got everything ready to go, but we're just going to do it as we start wherever and wherever.
Just enjoy your stitches.
Just enjoy the stitching. I know that the group that starts tomorrow with Joy and also Christy from Floss Boss and Cousins, they're taking a different approach. They're starting tomorrow, and they're going to have assignments for different things. So they also have a sale going on too. And I think
for this one,
yes, okay. And I think theirs is called American Welcome, maybe 2024. Hashtag ours is just American Welcome Sal. I mean, okay. If you want to stitch it, stitch it, tag right. All of us, whatever. But
right.
There's a lot of us stitching it, and it's going to be so much fun. I just can't wait. Yeah. So cute. Ready for, and my bag. I have it in. Yes, this is the bag that I have, and I love it.
This is the one you're going to stitch on that yellowish that we fell in love with?
Yes. This is stitched on. Actually, I have it all. As you can see, I have it all.
She's got
I'm ready to go.
Pin in there. Center start.
Where my center start is. Okay. I have my little Snug Harbor. I found the Snug Harbor needle minder that Debbie gave us. And yeah, I use, some people have asked me what these are. They're hair clips from the dollar store, and I know they look kind of funky, but you know what? They do a really good job of holding the fabric. And I have to stitch. I can't do too much bigger than an 8x8. I have some issues with my shoulders, so it's kind of a perfect size for me, and I can just move it around. But this is called Autumn Harvest by Atomic Ranch.
Atomic Ranch,
and it's 32 count. And I think
it's going to be at StitchCon.
Huh?
I'm hoping they're going to be at StitchCon because they have been the last 2 years, maybe. Yeah.
Yep.
So
yeah, I'm ready.
Which is why I was wearing my StitchCon shirt, because we literally came home for all of, I want to say, 10 days. That's really it.
Yeah.
Because we leave not this Wednesday.
Nope.
Not this coming Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. That is not that much time.
Yeah. Yep. So, and then my next start, which is like a week later at StitchCon.
At StitchCon.
This is a
start.
This is a StitchCon start.
Okay.
And this is with Martha, Cross Stitch Crazy, and
Martha X Stitch
Crazy, and I've got her. We'll tag her on the bottom, and it is called. Oh, let me look. I can never remember. I mean, it should be an easy one. One Nickel Needle Sal. We're going to start it at StitchCon. I've got my fabric ready to go.
What fabric are you going to? Oh, yes, a little grayish.
It's a little grayish, so it's about the same color.
I was going to say, that'll be nice.
32 count.
We almost picked this up, Jen and I, because Elaine actually had this on one of her, she can't pack up her whole store. This was a little different because I wasn't sure, never being from that area, or going very much except the one time, I didn't know, and I had asked how far because I wanted to get Jen over to her shop. Well, it was a 35-minute drive, and that was another thing I noticed when I went up the first time and went to Lake Junaluska up there by her shop.
Right.
It kept me on the back roads. Once I got off and away from Atlanta, it was such a breeze. And we did go that way for a good chunk, and then it broke off. And went like north and
so
around
you missed it.
So we missed, she didn't get to see, what I saw. So we've got our plan to go back. We'll be back for the All Things Fall Retreat. Now, it will still be at the same hotel we were just at.
Oh, over by the
Yes, and it's so nice. Yes. I mean, it's about 15 minutes away from Biltmore, but nice area. Everything is real close. So we'll be back in the same hotel, which is great. So like I told Elaine, what I'd like to do is, because I'll be a vendor at that, and I think that's Sweet Wing Studio.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
It's Sweet Wing Studio and somebody else. I want to say Erica Michaels, but it's not.
She just announced it, and I can't remember now who it was. I watched it yesterday.
Yeah. Either way, it's going to be a really nice retreat. It's in fall. The leaves will be changing, but I told Jen we're going to put Elaine Annabella's shop in as our destination.
Sure.
Go straight there. Go that direction. And then we might show up and have to set up a little late, but I've already told Elaine, I want to get her to your shop, and then we'll drive the 35 minutes back. So it's going to be good.
Sure.
Yeah. I think I sidetracked on that.
my next sal in June.
How many sales do you have that you're in
Well,
now?
I finished
3?
two. I finished
the
2. And I'm going to start
And then
3
You're going to start 3.
in June. Yeah.
Well, okay, so the only is the Christmas Village. That's the only one that's the left undone sale?
Well, there's, yeah.
Okay.
No, there's sea glass.
Oh, we don't talk about that. That's from bygones, and we just work on that weekend.
This is one
So this is
that
your next
actually, yeah,
one.
this is the one that's going to start on 6/10. And I saw this stitched at Stitch West spring, and it hadn't been released yet, and I just loved it. And so when they did finally release it, and I put up the orders for Brick City, it was a real, of course.
It was a hit.
It was a hit.
Mm-hmm.
And so we normally do a sal at Brick City for occasionally, a couple times a year or something. So, and it's normally one that's pretty popular. So I said to Jean, I said, okay, let's make this one a sal. And she said, sure. So we put our order in, and we're going to start this 6/10 because her order probably won't get in until next week sometime. We just want to make sure everybody's got enough time to start it.
Yeah.
I haven't picked my fabric yet. I have pulled.
I feel like you could use that again. Unless you're looking to matchy something else.
Yeah,
but it's got a yellowish or a buttercream type.
I'm almost thinking, because I keep looking at the 2 other patriotics that I have sitting out on my table, and one is the Annie B's house.
Yeah.
That I think Jessica Sweetwater Stitcher is now doing, and the other is a little house, and they are both houses with similar patriotic things. One of them is stitched on dirty, and I really like the way the colors.
Well, you know how I feel about patriotic and summer khaki or dirty or sage or any of those. I love them.
And I really want the white to pop, which I'm not so sure it would on that yellowish, but I think not as much.
Yeah.
But I really kind of think. Yeah, but I haven't picked fabric yet, so.
And this is by the Primrose
Cottage, and the girls are so sweet, and I think I said this before when we were there. They came around and sat at every table, and I'm excited because this is a little different, I think, for them, because I'm not sure, she's done a similar kind of design like this, but I really like it, and apparently Primrose Cottage is really, really good as far as a lot of people stitching it at the shops. So, so I'm anxious to start that one too.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
well, I think I only.
So your plans are to start that, and you'll be stitching on, and I'm going to stitch for a week on the preschool.
Yeah, and I'll probably continue today and tonight.
Do you have any
idea
what you're going to take with you to stitch?
Yes.
You do?
Yep, I left the bag out and everything because I figured why not just stick with what works? And so I'm literally going to just put these right in, and it's going to be the 2 prairie schoolers, the Christmas Village. But this week, if I could outline another house, get another one, I would do that. And then I'm going to take what was this one called again? The one that I just started with Jen. I always forget the name. Sunshine and Shadows. And again, if I can work up or over, I can get another. But I just feel like it's the easiest thing to work on when you're at a retreat. And depending on what I have of this, I don't know. Like, I'm not sure if I can. On the Liberty's Welcome, I may start at the upper left, even though it's not my normal thing, because I'm going to have to get to that eagle soon. We'll see.
I'm supposed to take Debbie and I are going to compare where we're at, because they're going, she and Kev are going to Weekend Day. So we're going to share how far we have both come. Not very far in 10 days, but no, let's see. Not even that.
No.
We're there on the 6th, so less than a week.
Yeah,
so we won't be far, but we've also said that if anybody else is stitching it and they're at StitchCon Weekend A, we'd love to see your progress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're all over the place today.
I know.
So I did my mouse. The mouse is way up high there. The Stacy Nash.
Oh, yeah. Bobbin.
Yes. And I had gotten a squirrel from Nashville. But I keep seeing this Maggie May.
Mm-hmm.
And it's killing me. So when I ordered the fabric, the mushroom, I ordered Little Miss Maggie May.
Mm-hmm. You talked about that last time.
I
wondered,
did.
Yeah.
So when I ordered from 123 Stitch, I'm like, oh, I can make that happen really quick.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to have that. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. So I got more haul.
Oh, good.
I got more haul. I won. So Elaine, most of these retreats we have the giveaways and you get your raffle tickets. So we did that and I won. Elaine has
finishing.
Yeah, Elaine has like fabric bundles that she puts together and coordinates. So I had put mine in for some fabric and I liked these for Matilda. I don't know what, but I thought that is the perfect little print.
Yeah, they're small prints.
And there's some gold, and I had just done the be kind. So this one, I was so happy to win, and it was so sweet. I'll share a little more about these two ladies in a bit, but there were all the typical, your fabric or your patterns or whatever, and so we went through all those. But the last two. The last raffle grand prize was the paid trip to...
Oh, for the next one.
No.
Oh.
For 2025 in Colonial Williamsburg.
Oh, the Plum Street one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So at the very end, one of the ladies, I probably, you get emotional with stuff, and I had met two wonderful ladies. One I thought I had recognized from before, but it was actually their first. They do quilting, but it was their first cross stitch. But we had a connection, and I'll talk about that in a few minutes. But anyways, her name was Nettie, and she was the cute as a button, and she won the grand prize.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't believe it. So that was so exciting. And then not only did Elaine do that, she turned around and she says, you know what, I'm going to do two.
Oh, wow.
So it was really fun when you see somebody win something like that.
That is wonderful.
That was really cool. But I loved winning the fabric. And then I don't know how I got on I just get on these rabbit holes. But I've been wanting some extra bowls for when I do vending and things like that, where sometimes I don't want a big bowl. I need something smaller to put either a Matilda in. So I grabbed two of these bowls for display.
Where'd you get those from?
Elaine had them.
Oh.
She had small, medium, and large.
Okay.
And they were in her shop. And I might make this one, I might not grunge it, but I might go over it with some Old English to look a little older. But I thought they would be good. And then, of course, I needed black, but, they're just nice
size
to have. They sit inside.
Yeah.
So I was kind of excited about grabbing some of those, and it's something I can display too all year and put some smalls in there.
Sure.
And so I grabbed those, but they're great. I steal from my house when I put things on display, and so it's kind of nice. And then a really special gift. I had met her the very first time when I went to Elaine's last year in October. I met her. Her name is Sharon. And she does some beautiful, and I don't know the name of what she calls it. There's an actual name for this craft, and it is where you're taking fabric and covering the entire piece. And she has done, I've seen boxes and jewelry boxes and, a little bit of like what you see people doing with the soft-sided, and you can take it out. She's done that, but to another level. And so she made one for me and one for Elaine, and Elaine's has like antique buttons on it, and it's just so nicely done. Yeah, it's got strawberries on the side.
It's really sweet.
And it's just great for scissors, and I mean, it's just so nicely done. And so she also, I don't know all the details, but she has been at the two I went with Elaine's, and she helps with people in their corners because she's like so phenomenally good at this. I don't understand how she gets that. I don't understand. I would have, I don't know what I would have. I'd be like, well, we're going to need a little yarn in there
or something. Yeah.
So she just does a beautiful job. So she had gifted to her table mates some other pieces.
Mm.
She had some Saju scissors fabric from, she has traveled over to France, so she had made, inside of it was, she had bought some antique linens in France and just made just super sweet pin cushions. Anyways, if you see the inside of this thing,
It's amazing.
it's just, I don't know how she does it, but so I was so thankful. It's just super sweet. She also is one, I have her number and everything, and she is, more than willing to teach, to just sit with you and do that. She's like, I don't mind a FaceTime call. I don't mind, So anyways, that was just really, that was exciting and super sweet. And I can't wait to now put it to use. I also think it's great for going to retreats.
Oh, yeah,
Travel
yeah.
bag for scissors you don't want flying around.
Sure.
So I think that was almost everything except when I fell down the rabbit hole on Mother's Day.
Mhm.
My husband ran in and got me the Cobalt little,
Mhm.
toolbox. Anyway, so they had pink, and I tell you what, he got two, but pink isn't your thing, and pink is not Jen's thing, but that's all they had. So he's like, I took the last two. I'm like, okay, I don't need two, but so we gave them to Olivia, who does some beading and jewelry, but she uses it by her nightstand, and she has like this Hello Kitty lamp, and it sits, it's cute as a button. Now I don't have anything pink in my house, nothing, but for some reason, I just wanted the pink one. I don't know why.
Have you filmed it?
And then I ended up with all this pink.
Oh, the other pink. Oh, yeah, yeah.
From everything. So yeah, so what I've started now, I haven't made it all, it's not all the way done, but of course I had to grab my needle minder.
Sure.
Some people are really going to town on them.
Mhm.
And for me, I had to go through my needle minders. And so all the ones up top are the ones I use quite a bit.
Uh-huh.
And then in the first drawer, this is for you from Farmhouse Flossie's needle minder. So then in the next drawer, I have some of the, like I've got Snug Harbor. I've got a lot of the stuff from when we went to StitchCon.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if I'll keep them all in there and move them to the top, but I didn't want my top to be all of that. I wanted the top to be something cute.
Sure.
And I might put some paper in there or felt something or fabric. And then all I have right now on the bottom is I did have a pink measuring tape, which I thought was a hoot. And then this was a box that my mom had.
Oh, I have that similar box.
Do you? Yeah.
And stitched. We had to decide to
is that what it is? Okay, I didn't know. I guess, but I really liked. It's got this magnetic clasp, and you put your needles in there. So I thought maybe that would be something nice in there. So I don't know what to stitch on it, but either way, I fell down that rabbit hole kind of hard.
She messaged me and she said, I did it. I fell down the rabbit hole.
I did. I don't know where. I mean, I'm sitting here with a mess.
And then I went and looked them up. I did go and look them up, and they do come in different colors.
They do. They do. They have a gray, and then they don't have an aqua, do they?
They had a blue.
Okay.
Yeah, they had a blue.
I know for me right now, not having a craft room, it probably is going to be in a cabinet of some sort. Once I get it going. I did think about bringing it to StitchCon or just a fun, but I think maybe a local retreat. But I think when you finally do have, when I have a room, then I think it'll come in handy, because sometimes scissors laying out, like I have all the trays and I love that, but sometimes it just feels so enticing to grandkids that they're like, here's grandkids.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, right now I kind of tuck it over there, but I need it to become useful. I mean, I definitely would like to clean up my area, and that I did not have time to do, because I think it'd be perfect to keep some stuff in.
Yeah.
So anyways, that was it. I think that's it.
Yeah.
It was crazy, because literally we packed for that, and I got home, and we got home Sunday, and by Monday I couldn't send up certain things for keepsakes. I couldn't prepare for that without knowing what I had left over, kind of a deal. So it was kind of a whirlwind, and then we had all this stuff going on, and it feels really good to just kind of be sitting here.
Yeah.
We might go swimming today again.
Yeah, I know I am.
Yeah, yeah. And then other than that, I kind of just hope it calms down and we stitch away so when I get up there, I'll have another house done. But
yeah,
that's it.
Well, my car goes in the shop next week, so it'll be all ready for our trip.
And you're going to drive just the whole way because we can't handle it, obviously.
No, I'll let y'all drive. I'm just going to navigate part of the way.
Oh, geez.
I think our first trip, you and I, coming back from StitchCon the first time, we had to take a little detour because I-75 got shut down.
Yes, we did.
She was going to navigate going through the middle of Georgia, and then we decided, no, I'll let her drive, and I'll navigate going through the middle of Georgia.
I do really well getting out of Florida, and then I can get to Atlanta. It was my guess is they routed Jen and I just because of.
I think of what was going on in Atlanta, and they just did. And that's what happens when you use the GPS.
But let me tell you something. Is there anything worse than being hungry and not finding something and then seeing billboard after billboard of Cracker Barrels, blueberry pancakes or something? And I was like, had been, doing so good. We really didn't snack. Jen and I were like, let's be good. And we did so good, but we would eat one. We saved it. We would eat one nice meal like we did, and we were waiting for that. Never came.
That's what Diane and I were doing at the last retreats, and that's normally what we'll do. We'll eat breakfast at the hotel.
Yeah.
We'll snack a little, maybe a pretzel or something, and then we'll eat an early dinner.
Yeah, that's what we did. And it worked out really nice. Yeah. And then we would, in fact, it was really fun the last night, though, that I hadn't had, with doing Weight Watchers, I hadn't had candy in a while. And the we got a bag, and she put one around each of our tables, and it was like all M&Ms and, this snack size thing, and a few of the Lindor and stuff. And when they were doing the raffle prizes, I ate like every one of those because we ate it wherever that time was. And so then it was later, and I was hungry. But maybe that's what made us crazy and knock on their door. We were rebels. We were like really rebels.
And did you see that late night stitching this year is going to be at the Hyatt?
Yeah. I'm so excited for that.
Yeah. So we don't have to get up and go.
Do we? But I didn't. Did I hear where?
I think down.
Will it just be in the big room?
I think it's going to be down, where the breakfast area is and stuff. Around the corner, there's several rooms.
Yes, like what we kind of did the last
like what
night.
we did before. Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to have 2 tables.
Oh, yeah.
If you're coming, and there's 2 women that we met as well that they're coming to StitchCon weekend A, and we just left them, so please come say hi.
If you're coming, please say hi.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, I think we're going to have to really span ourselves out to 2 tables. So Annie, the proper stitcher, reached out to me, and I'm like, yes, because she was like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, no worries, because we've already had to split our table with, I said Linda has Diane coming, which is going to be exciting.
And then I have my friend Carla coming, who has never been before. So they're both
we really need to make, So,
so we'll be close. We just, but it'll be fun.
So I'll get some more information on it, but one of the last things I was going to mention, especially since it's Memorial Day weekend, was this Nettie and her sister who I met. Nettie, they work really on a large scale with the Quilts of Valor. And the connection was my dad used to do Quilts of Valor, helped my mom a little bit, but my dad always did the cutting. When my mom would do the quilting, my dad would do the cutting. And I think I've mentioned that before. But anyways, for a good while, after my mom passed, he was volunteering once a month, I believe it was. And he would go and he would iron and press, and he would cut for them. Whatever they needed cut, he had the pattern, he did the cutting, and it was great. Now what he's done is he does it from home. And 2 of the women live actually in his neighborhood, and they just coordinate through him, and he cuts what they need. So we got laughing because, of course, everybody would like my dad to do their cutting. She's like, that's fabulous. But this Nettie travels around a good chunk of Georgia to the quilt groups, these individual quilt groups in different counties or their guilds, and she approaches them on, would you do some Quilts of Valor? And if they don't know how, she teaches them. And so anyway, she's kind of in charge of getting things up and going, keeping. And it was so interesting to listen to her story because she had mentioned that they had, I believe as of this year, covered all of the Vietnam War. So every vet like gets one. So they try to cover it. So, I mean, it's just phenomenal what she does. And so then they fell in love with Dear Soldier, and that led to another few. Yep. And so they were creating a cell, and there's a team that were at that retreat that are putting together a Dear Soldier cell. They will do a Facebook page for it. But I don't have any of the details yet because I believe Nettie wanted to kind of head it up. And Vicki was at the retreat, and she has the photo. So it's coming. I just don't absolutely have all the details yet.
I think I told you that I was at the shop, and one of our customers came in, Tina, and she had bought it, and I had told her about the cell. So she's real anxious to hear it.
As soon as I get it, I'll make sure it's out there. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and because that it was like a band sampler type. Yeah, I think it's just going to be an easy go-to. So, but it was exciting. But they were really to see people that put their hearts and souls into these veterans and I can't imagine covering everybody that was in the Vietnam War, in that state. So, anyways. I'll look for it, and if you need any information, a couple people have messaged, but I don't have the information yet. And I said I'd share it on here if I had it. Good. But as soon as I get it, we will. Yeah. So happy Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day. Enjoy your day and your time, and obviously reflect on those that have sacrificed for us so that we can do all these wonderful things that we love to do. I mean, it's so silly to be, how come it can be so silly to be excited about a hank of silk? Like, I watch people go to the attic, and it's just, anyways, that was just an interjection on my part, because I looked at it again, now I can actually get it out.
I've not, the only silk that I've ever stitched with is whatever maybe have been in the Shepherd's Bush kits, because some of the kits come with silk. I have not attempted to get into any of that.
And like I said, I don't have a lot, but I thought, what a good way, and I think it's okay for me to not just buy all the patterns sometimes. Right, so I'm like, and sometimes we look at the cost of something, and it's like, geez, you can stitch on that for forever. And so, anyways, who knows? But yeah, that was my first one. We shall see. That was beautiful, so beautiful. But anyways, all right, I'll put some pictures in. Yep. And we have our plan, and I will see you again on Wednesday.
Probably Wednesday, very early in the morning.
Very early. And I know that Judy Whitman and Annie have said they will arrive Thursday morning.
Oh, okay.
Thursday at some point. Okay. So we will be there Wednesday and be there first.
Wednesday night. Hopefully not too late.
Right. And dinner.
We said that last year. We got in at midnight.
I know. We're not doing that this time. No. We're leaving earlier this time. Yeah. That is one thing. Yeah. We didn't do that last time. I think we got on the road.
Yeah, about an hour or so. But we're going to try to get out a little earlier.
Poor Jen has the earliest. She leaves at 4:30 to come get me, and then we should be up to you by 6. So
or 4.
Yeah, probably with no traffic. So, and then we are gone.
We're out of here.
Okay. All right. We will see those at StitchCon when we get there.
And we'll try to post some Instagram lives, maybe.
Definitely. Because I'm going to guess they're still going to have that place set up.
Oh, yeah. We may be able to do some live.
We might not drop the camera on you this time. Who knows? We might actually be able to work it out. But
it'll be fun.
See. Yes. All right. We will talk to y'all later. Have a great week.
Have a great weekend.
Bye. Don't forget to floss.
Don't forget to floss.
Yeah.